Hello and welcome to the Week 2 wrap-up. This is your instructor, Carissa Dolke. So in Week 2, we had a discussion on hypertension. Basically, your friend is diagnosed with hypertension. How do you speak with them? How do you kind of work with them to help manage their disease, especially if they start to have questions? And one key thing that I didn't see mentioned a lot in the post is actually you cannot perform consultant services. So you may be able to say, oh, you should probably change your diet or you should probably manage your sodium, but you really need to refer them to their physician because their physician is going to be the one that outlines a program for them as far as dietary, lifestyle, adding things like exercise, reducing sodium, all of those type of things, and monitoring their blood pressure. Those will all be discussed with their physician. And if they have questions outside of that, you can give them advice based on your understanding, but you can't give them any advice that would constitute as consulting. So how to use their medications, especially when it comes to dietary changes that were not approved by their physician. So just keep those in mind. Sometimes it can become easy to use what information we have, but we may unknowingly be using it incorrectly for our friends. So just keep that in mind for whenever you're discussing diseases with your friends. So we had assignment, which was chapter 2, pharmacology calculations. Overall, pretty good. I did notice a couple instances where if the question asked for regulations, you were pulling up the definition. Make sure when you're actually reading through the chapters that if it does state something about regulating, so if it's a certain hormone that regulates a process, that you actually scroll through and read the chapter because there's actually a separate section that talks about exactly what it regulates. So for instance, calcitonin, I saw a lot of just the general definition of calcitonin, but not actually scrolling down to where it showed the actual regulation process of it. So just keep that in mind when you're doing the assignment. Also keep in mind that you have to use the book. You have to use the chapter. You cannot use external sources. You can't use web pages because they're going to give you a response that may not be accurate for the topic of pharmacology. If you had trouble with the calculations, definitely get help. Don't wait to get help. See a tutor right away. Let me know what you're struggling with, and I can help you try and get the answers that you need because it's very important that you understand this type of calculation. Not only will it be important when you move through your courses, but it will also be important in your last course and in your certification as well, especially when it comes to dosing calculations that are things like BSA and day supply and quantity to dispense. All of that is a necessary type of calculation you're going to have to perform. Now, you also had a lab assignment where you were actually using the pharmacy management software to complete controlled substance reports and a top 10 drug report. So you got to see 2 different reports with that. And that just kind of gives you more information to inventory management and into more of administrative roles of a pharmacy technician. So you get to see that and you get to play with those different reports. You will run reports in a pharmacy. It's very important that we know what we're utilizing. If we need to order more of a certain drug, that helps us with inventory management. If we need to reduce our quantity or our stock of certain medications, those type of reports will help us do that. So great work. And now you are officially on break. As of Monday, you are on break. So enjoy your break and happy holidays. We come back the week of the 2nd. So just keep that in mind. We do come back that week. So be prepared after your 2-week break to come back refreshed and ready to kind of jump in with week 3. If you're behind, use the break to help catch up. You don't want to stay behind in the course. It really can affect your content retention and your understanding of material. So just keep that in mind as you move through the actual break to go ahead and get caught up on any missing work that you have. So I hope you guys have a wonderful break and a wonderful holiday season. And I will be on vacation, so there's going to be some times I'm not available, and that's starting on Thursday of this week, and that is through when we return to school on the 2nd. So just so you know, I won't be available during those times, so if you email me and there's a delay in the response, that would be why. So have a wonderful break, and I will see you in 2017.